religion, but before we get to that, I'd just like to give a quick shout out to all my Buddhist peeps out there. That's right, you know what I'm talking about. Quite often religion is a really touchy subject with people, and I don't want to step on anybody's toes and make fun of anybody's beliefs, but, well, here we go. And being a Buddhist here in Utah, people ask me all the time about my beliefs. One of the common questions that people ask is, am I celibate? Just to answer that question, I'm not celibate. I actually practice something called tantric abstinence. If you're familiar with tantric sex, what it basically is, it's a Buddhist practice where you get really close to orgasm and then you back off, really close, back off, really close, back off. And then when you finally reach it, it's supposed to be like some just big, huge spiritual thing. You can get the same effect by drinking a six-pack and then not going to the bathroom for 2 hours, and you can have the same experience. What tantric abstinence is, it's kind of the same thing, but rather I find a woman who is actually willing to have sex with me, and then right before it happens, I say or do something so completely awkward and uncomfortable that she leaves and I have to go start from scratch with another woman. Okay, so what you can tell, I crack a lot of jokes about religion, but that doesn't mean it's not a serious subject to me. I think humor is an excellent gauge to kind of test your beliefs. If somebody says something and they crack a joke and that offends you, maybe that's something that you should look at within your religion. Like for me, I think religion is one of the funniest things out there. Like one question that I seriously wonder, Jesus was a carpenter, right? Well, I often wonder if there was a moment when he was on the cross where he looked at it and thought, hey, you know what, I could probably build one better than this. This is kind of some shoddy woodwork. There's been a lot of kind of negative connotations about religion in the news lately. There's the wars going on in Iraq and Afghanistan. We just had the Proposition 8 fiasco that thankfully was overturned. We just celebrated the 65th anniversary of the Hiroshima bombing. Next year will be the 10th anniversary of the September 11th tragedy. So we as a race have been killing each other over religion since the beginning of time. And this is kind of ironic because if you ask any student of theology, you get to a point where you realize that all these religions are basically saying the same thing. Look for yourself. Check them out. There's the Tao Te Ching, the Bhagavad Gita, the Dhammapada, the Quran, the Torah, the Bible, Gnostic Gospels, Book of Mormon. They all basically say the same exact message, and you don't even need me to tell you what that message is. You know it in your heart right now. The problem comes from interpretation. You can put anything you want into your Jeremiah begot Jedediah decoder ring and come up with some type of logical answer for it. There's a lot of fluff in religion. Jesus bringing somebody back from the dead, the Buddha walking out of the womb and taking 6 steps, and lotus flowers appearing in the footsteps. Who cares? That's not the message. That's just fluff, filler. In our society, for some reason, for a message to be meaningful, it has to come from somebody who is somewhat superhuman or somewhat elevated in their statue. Like if I tell you all, hey, love each other and be kind to each other, probably the first response I'm going to get is, well, who the hell are you to tell me that, okay? But, you know, if I can do something cool like levitate or read minds, yeah, then maybe you'll listen to me a little bit more. It's just fluff. And that fluff is actually one reason why I think comic books are such a popular thing right now. They're full of all these parables about people doing the right thing, even when it's difficult or when it might not be the cool thing. And if you don't believe me that there's a very strong linkage between comic books and religion, watch the Superman Returns teaser trailer. I'll put a link on there and you tell me. So what I would like to do today is I would like to leave you with a parable. And it is the parable of the action figure. Now, in case you've never bought an action figure before, go out and get one. It'll change your life. But there's basically 2 parts to it. There is the blister pack that it comes in, and then there's the action figure itself. Now, the blister pack, that's all the fluff that I was talking about. That's the funny underwear that we wear in our religion. That's the shaved head and the robes. maybe we worship on a different day, or we pray a little bit differently, or who we pray to. That's all the fluff. That's the blister pack in this. Now, in the action figure world, a lot of collectors will tell you, don't open the action figure, because then it just loses all of its value. They use these really cool terms like new in box or mint on card that you see on eBay listings. Don't open the action figure. So they'll have these things sitting on the shelves with layers of dust all over them, and they've never touched the figure inside. And people do that with their religion too. They focus on all the bright, shiny things that make us different from each other, rather than getting to the true message which unites us all. And that message, all the stuff that is similar in all these books that I showed you, that is the action figure inside. Now, it's called a spiritual journey. If you're at some point in your journey where your religion is making you feel hatred or prejudice or fear about people around you, you need to dig a little bit deeper. Look at the package. You bought this cool action figure for a reason, and I guarantee you it's not just to sit on the shelf. So please, I'm begging you, open the package, take out the figure, and play with it. Have fun with it. That's what this is all about. Thanks so much for being the Happiness Project. Now go find out.